kids, today's story is Who Put the Pepper in the Pot by Joanna Cole. One of my kids' favorites when they were little. Who put the pepper in the pot? This is a fun one. Mama Sue and Papa Joe had a big old farm all coming up weeds. They had a little old house all peeling off paint, and they had a bunch of kids all growing up faster than their clothes. They lived on hard work sweetened with love. Look at that farm. So much. Look at the pig. One day a letter came. Rich Aunt Tootie was coming for dinner. Tootie's used to a fancy life, worried Papa Joe. What will she think of our poor place? We may be poor, said Mama Sue, but we can cook up a hearty stew as good as Tootsie's ever tasted. Look at all those fresh vegetables. I bet they can. Everyone helped. Papa Joe got the meat. Sam chopped onions and potatoes. Toby and Jane sliced carrots. They put everything in the pot with some water, and Mama Sue put the pot on the fire. Then Papa Joe said, "Now for the chores." Everybody got to work. Mama Sue was washing clothes on the porch when she heard the stew say, "Bubble, bubble." She remembered that she had not put any pepper in the pot. And how in the world can a stew be hearty without pepper? Yes, seriously. "Hey, Joe," Mama Sue called, "will you put some pepper in the pot?" "I can't now, Sue," called Joe from the woodpile. "I'm chopping wood." "Oh, fiddle," said Mama Sue. "Bubble, bubble," said the stew a little louder. "Hey, Sam," called Mama Sue, "will you put some pepper in the pot?" "I can't, Ma," yelled Sam from the front porch. "I'm polishing windows." "Oh, faddle," said Mama Sue. "Bubble, bubble," said the stew even louder. "Toby, Jane," called Mama Sue, "will you put some pepper in the pot?" "We can't now, Ma," yelled Toby and Jane from the yard. "We're cutting grass." "Oh, twiddle," said Mama Sue. But she was all in soap suds up to her elbows, so she couldn't put the pepper in the pot. "Bubble, bubble, bubble," grumbled the stew. A little later, Papa Joe said to himself, "I'm finished chopping. I'd better put that pepper in the pot." He went to the kitchen and put in a pinch of pepper. Yay, some peppers in the pot. A little later, Sam said to himself, "I'm finished polishing. I'll put the pepper in the pot." He went to the kitchen and put in 2 pinches. Oh boy, I hope that's not too much. A little later, Toby and Jane said, "We're finished cutting. Let's put the pepper in the pot." They went to the kitchen and put in 3 pinches. I'm getting worried. A little later, Mama Sue said to herself, "I asked everyone to put in pepper, and everyone said no. I'd better do it myself. It's a big stew, so I'll put in extra." She went to the kitchen and put 4 pinches of pepper in the pot. "That will make it hearty," said Mama Sue. Oh. By dinner time, the clothes were clean, the grass was cut, the wood was chopped, the windows were shiny, and the stew smelled mighty hearty. And in came Aunt Tootie, all dressed up and hungry as a bear. They kissed her hello, they gave her the best chair, they gave her the plate without the crack, and Mama Sue dished out the stew. Look at her. Tootie. She looks grouchy. To be polite, everyone waited for Aunt Tootie to begin first. She lifted her fork, took a bite, and oh, what a face she made! She breathed some air, she drank some water, and she shed some tears. Then she looked around the table. "Who put the pepper in the pot?" she roared. Everyone answered at once. "I put the pepper in the pot," said Mama Sue and Papa Joe and Sam and Toby and Jane. Oh boy, too much pepper. They all took a bite. Yow! They looked at Tootie's face. She was frowning. But Toby and Jane saw a little smile trying to peek through. Then a little giggle came out, and a bigger giggle, and then a great ha ha ha. Pretty soon, everybody was laughing. It is kind of funny. "We can't eat that stew," said Papa Joe. "Let's make something else," said Mama Sue. "We'll make my famous omelet egg supreme," said Aunt Tootie. Tootie took off her shoes, she put on an apron, she called for eggs, she called for onions, she called for parsley, she called for basil, tomato, salt, and pepper. "What? Pepper? Sorry, Aunt Tootie." There wasn't a pinch of pepper left in the whole house. Thank goodness. And that's the end. Who Put the Pepper in the Pot by Joanna Cole.